understand who killer the dog was.
Well, I just think...
How you doing, Mike?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Oh, that sounds good. I'm doing good, man.
Oh, you look good. The lighting looks great.
Lighting looks killer. I don't know why. You know what? I think because I don't know why. I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, no.
So just real quick, are we going to play the voice messages or no?
Yeah. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah. So just real quick, before we even get going, tonight, I am in Anchorage, Alaska. Doesn't look like I am right now, but trust me, I am. As you're watching this, I guess it's too late for the people of YouTube and Breuniverse. But if you want to join the Patreon page, all my Patreon members know that you get one streamed live show a month. And for all you Patreon members, here I am, Anchorage, Alaska. I don't know how the show's going to go. I'm not going to lie to you. I have to walk around a little bit more and check out. You know how it works. I try to get the vibe here, and I try to get whatever locals going on and talk about the trip that led to here. And so tonight, I look forward to your feedback, and then we'll get another big Zoom call. We're all hanging out, and we're going to start making plans. So all my Patreon members, tonight should be pretty exciting for Anchorage, Alaska's show. And if you're intrigued about the Patreon, basically, I'm going to put out another special soon. Now that somebody had to say it is for the world to see. And that was the only way to see it before was you pay $15 for a month. $15 for a month. You get all the Patreon podcast, which is you, the Patreon member, podcasting me. And we get, depending on what tier you're on, private Zooms and all that jazz. And you get one free concert a month. So 50, and you get my last comedy special. So I believe we're talking about releasing a new comedy special that I filmed in San Diego. I didn't realize it was a special, but it's a whole new hour. It did very well. And I think that's going to be the next one. The only way to see that probably will be on Patreon first. So we'll figure that out. So Patreon, have a great time tonight. Now the Breuniverse. Wow. So last week was pretty intense, last show. And I have to tell you, your message are amazing. And it seems like we're hitting worldwide. Let's go with, now, if you don't know it, you can go on jimbreuer.com, okay? And you can leave voice messages, right, Mike?
Yes, you can.
Is that where you get this stuff? And so
that is correct.
I love that we can do this. And there was a bunch, it was a lot, but what was more intriguing was some of the people that call in. And then today, I'm going to get into some stuff. We're going to get into some stuff. And for all you that love the bunker, we got a really good bunker coming. It's not today, but we have a good bunker coming. It's going to be in 2 weeks, not next week's episode, the episode after that. I'm pretty excited about that bunker. So with that said, today we're going to get into isms, real life examples. Just see if you can expand your mind a little bit, just a little bit, with feminism. Did I just hear a lot of assholes just pucker up? I think I did. I think I just heard a lot of heinies pucker up. And activism and feminism. And I'm just gonna give you real life examples of real life people, and we'll get into all that. And then I'm giving you an assignment. I want you to watch 2 incredible documentaries that I have to say really moved me on so many levels. So we're going to get into all that. But right now, I think this is so cool, and I hope to hear from more of you. let's hear from the people from here and around the world. Mike, play these voice messages left on JimBrewer.com.
All right, cool. So here we got Randall. I'm gonna play Randall right now.
Yeah.
Jim, this is Randall from New Zealand, although I grew up in New Hampshire, living down here. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciate how you nailed Somebody Had to Say It. Just watched it. And I just think you kicked ass. And I just appreciate your honesty and your guts for saying it like it is and telling it through humor. Pretty involved in the freedom movement down here in New Zealand. Was at the Wellington protest and saw police brutality and just I'm in alternative media down here and working internationally a bit with Canadians and Italians and, just trying to get the word out, trying to do an end run around this silly media. So I just wanted to thank you, man. You just kicked butt with that. And you covered all the bases, really. Klaus Schwab, everything, and just not fearing death and not fearing anything. And just love it. So keep up the good work, and thank you so much. Sending you greetings from all the way down here in New Zealand. And people say, when are you going to get back to New Hampshire? I say, well, after we have our Civil War. But now I'll get back. I do miss the States. But I'm also, got my work to do down here now. So, ciao.
Sick. Ciao, baby. New Zealand. That's what I forget about doing stuff like this. I just can't believe, I putting Somebody Had to Say It on YouTube, which I think is gonna hit 1 million views by the end of this month. I don't know that for a fact, but I know this is also one thing we got more messages. Let's hear the other messages, and then we'll
here we have Michelle.
Hi, Jim. My husband and I have been huge fans of yours for years now. We actually got to see you when you came to Central New York, and it was probably one of the best shows we've seen. I just can't thank you enough for being a light in this dark world to so many, and helping us keep our heads on straight. I was kind of in a dark place back when everything kind of hit the fan. And I remember watching your Instagram stories and just how they just spoke right to exactly everything I was feeling, all the struggles I was going through in my head and in my heart. And it helped me heal and walk through that time to get to the side of hope and to know to never let go of that hope and to keep looking for the good and the positive in life. And just thank you for that. Thank you for the bunker.
It's coming.
And just thank you for being real and being there for all of us and helping keep our heads on straight through this craziness.
Okay.
God bless you. God bless your family. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Michelle. Real quick, before we get into this, when it all broke out, the madness broke out, I was so scared to show the deeper faith side that I've had my whole life. I'm not talking about a religion. I'm talking about being in touch with something deeper, with God. And when COVID hit, whatever you want to call it, I knew something. I felt something darker. And I can feel that energy. And you can too, if you give yourself time. You're all capable of doing it. Trust me, I have nothing to gain by telling you this. I'm not selling a book. There's nothing I get out of this but to see you thrive and to see you be able to get in touch with this. And my kids call me crazy. They're like, Dad, you're walking in the woods and you're talking to yourself. Like, it's weird. People ask you, like, their cousins were asking if Uncle Jimmy's crazy. And but I knew people understood what I was saying. And during that whole time, I would do my best to go out and give a message of some type of hope while the world was crashing. And I really thought it might have been at first I was scared. I'm not going to lie to you, but the amount of people that reached out to me, people I would never expect, certain comedians, certain friends I've known a long time, they encouraged me with the words of healing, inspiration, beauty, powerful. And I don't mean powerful by saying, when I use the word powerful, I'm not talking about like, I now have control. I have power to control the masses. I'm talking about that is an energy, a power source that I can give to you. And I cannot take credit. I will not take credit. Because every one of those times, I'm just telling you what I did. I would beg. I knew what I wanted to say, but not really. And I would go, God, what do you want me to say right now? And I would say, whatever you want me to say, please let it just come out. Whatever you want, let it just come out. And it would come out. And I never looked back on it, whatever. And when it really blew my mind was when my wife came up to me long after I was done doing it. I stopped. I wasn't sure if it really had that much of an effect. And she came up to me. She's like, Jim, I have people coming up to me in the grocery store saying, your husband's videos have given me hope and reasoning and healing. That's not for me. It's just the message. And you're just as capable of doing it. I appreciate that it can come through here, but I'm not going to take the credit. It comes from a higher place. I'm just being honest with you. All right. So with that said, again, I'm not telling you religion. I'm not telling you, you got to read it. I'm just telling you where it came from and how it came about. So I'm glad that you were able to, that means to me more than anything else in the world. I love that people are watching the special and they're laughing, they're thanking me. I get so many messages. Thank you. But when I hear someone say, I have hope and I was in a dark place, that is what, those are things that affect lives. So that's pretty cool. All right. What's the next one? Then we're going to get into all this stuff.
All right. So we have my man, William from Norway.
Norway.
Yeah. I'm going to put subtitles in for this guy because it's a little
He's hard to understand.
A little bit in the beginning, yeah.
Hi, Jim. New fan from Norway here. About somebody had to say it. I mean, wow. That's the funniest shit I watched since at least 2019. Thank you.
Okay, what I think I heard from him was like, hello, Jim, Norway. Somebody had to say it, maybe funny shit from 2019 that I ever see. I think that's pretty much what he said, right?
He said, yeah, he started off with new fan from Norway.
New fan for Norway.
Yep.
Funniest shit since 2019. Is that what he said?
Yeah, funniest shit he's seen since 2019. Yep.
Since 2019. So I think that's so cool that there's someone in Norway laughing their ass off and going, I got to send Jim Breuer a message because funny as shit from Norway. Norway, funny as shit. I hope to hear more of you. I'd love to hear you weekly. We need a weekly update from Norway, New Zealand. We should, if you're from around the world, it'd be cool to, you don't have to be around, wherever you're from. Just go to jimbreuer.com and leave that message. We got one. Jim, funny as shit, Norway. I played Norway a long time ago, about 7 years ago. What a it's such an interesting. The place has been around forever, and you see buildings from like this building was built in 15 something. What? 15? 15? This one's built in 11. 11? Built in 11. Wow. It's mind-boggling. So go ahead, Mike, play one more.
Yeah, we got one more from Tim, and he just kind of talks about last week's episode.
Oh,
Hi, Jim.
okay.
This is Tim. I'm a few months older than you, and I used to watch you on SNL back in the day when it was good. I just watched the last episode, the latest one of Brewer's Got Something Heavy to Say. I found myself in tears almost the entire episode. I'm so thankful I rediscovered you via the podcast. Now I anxiously await each episode because where else are you going to go to get common sense, joy and laughter, spirituality, and therapy all in 1 hour? I just want to say that I thank God for you. You're making a huge difference. God bless you.
Well, thank you, Tim. It's not easy. It's not easy. But it's worth every moment of it. I knew last week would resonate, but I feel we have to show that we're humble and we're human at times to help other people. To help other people. If I can touch a life and help their way, well, then that's what the true human spirit is. And that's, listen, I don't always hit the mark. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I was on Gutfeld, and it was great. You know, I was on. I'm not gonna lie to you. The TV world freaks me out. Still, it just I don't know how to explain it. They asked. I was flattered they asked, and he was very funny, super kind, and very giving. As far as putting me in the light. He mentioned somebody had to say it multiple times, so I already got his. He said he liked it, whether he saw it or not. But I had a good time on it. I really had it. There was this. Everyone in the cast was good. There was a girl sitting next to me, Kat. She was really funny. Just the whole show. Now they got the concept. When it was over, I'm not sure he meant it, but if he did mean it, he said, Jim, come back anytime you want. Anytime you want to come on. So I'd like to thank Gutfeld for having me on. So that really was, and that's another thing. Yes, it's on a certain channel that everyone considers whatever, but the show, what I liked best about it wasn't really political. It wasn't political. It wasn't Democrats and Republicans and Democrats. It was the common sense stuff. It was gender. It was Biden's crack video, and Joe Biden not being able to pronounce things and reading the card, which is that political? Is that political? I don't know anymore. All right, we're not going to go in that world. So I want to bring up a question for you. As the world tries to suck you in and spit you out and get you out there marching or do whatever and stand and bicker and argument and debate, I want to bring some examples up of where are they based out of, and is it come from a healthy place, if that makes sense. So feminism. Let's go with feminism. I get female rights, and I get it. But I have to be honest with you. The first time I really ran into that world was when I was on Saturday Night Live. And I ran into a lot of things when I was on Saturday Night Live. There was a host that came on, and there's no reason to names and blah, blah, blah. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is this person came on, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was stoked for this person. Not because of oh, they were like the biggest star and ratings, blah, 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 whatever the reason. I felt I had a lot in common with this person, and I could not wait to talk to them. And I felt this person and I would probably end up being best friends. I really felt that way. Like, this person had no clue when they see Jimmy Breuer from Long Island. This is getting, oh my God, we're going to hit it off. We're gonna talk about this, and we're going to hang out about that, and we're going to start having dinners together. This is going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to giggle. This is going to be fun. So the person comes on, and I immediately feel that now when you're on Saturday Night Live, okay, the first thing you do is on Monday, the host comes in. And the host for the show that week comes in, and you sit in Lorne Michaels' office with all the other writers and the entire cast. It's a very small room. And then the host comes in, sits down, kind of in front of Lorne's chair, and then we all pitch our ideas, whatever idea we're sort of been thinking for this particular host. And there was an energy I didn't understand that was confrontational. It seemed like something might have happened, but I was clueless of it. So I'm all excited. This person comes in. I'm like, there they are. Oh my God, this is so cool. And the person started going through the ideas, and I noticed every female, they were super attentive and ready to listen. And every male, with the exception of one, they sneered at and looked down upon, and even made comments that were just, it threw you off. It's when you get a comment, you feel uncomfortable. You're like, whoa, what's what the hell's going on right now? Like, what's this person mad at? And like a male would ask something, and then the female would say, hi, so-and-so. And then this person, the host, would say, notice how the female says, hi, so-and-so, instead of pitching a little idea. And it's just an observation I make. All right, continue. You're like, whoa, what the hell is going on right now? And so then when the person left the room, the head writers needed to have had a meeting with all the male cast, with the exception of, I think, of Will Ferrell. And he said, listen, this person doesn't want to work with men this week. And I was so confused. I said, what do you mean doesn't want to work with men? Well, they wanted a female show, very female strong show. And they don't want the men to shine this week. And this person doesn't want to work with the men, except for Will. Because Will, one of the sketches they want to do is, I think it was a cheerleader sketch where it was Will and another female, Sherry O'Terry. So I just could not believe. I was so confused and hurt at the same time. I said, well, why would they do that? And, well, I guess, maybe they had a bad experience last time we were here. But we're different people. We're completely different people. Why would they do that? Oh, I don't know. They're just very judgmental. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. I was so hurt and bummed. Because this came out of judgmental views. It came out of anger, and quite frankly, it came from a dark place. And this is a person that had a tremendous voice and a tremendous following, and still has a following, and has the power to manipulate people's way of thinking. And I'm sorry, but that is a very unhealthy thing, in my honest opinion. I now, by the end of the week, there was another person that talked this host into it. And be quite honest with you, after the show, a year or two later, I went across this person, and I told this person, man, I was hurt, man. I was hurt you did that. I was hurt that bothered you. And you didn't know me. I figured we came sort of from the same area, the industry you came from. I watched you. I admire you. I couldn't wait to have a chance to at least have a conversation with you. But labeling yourself as a feminist, it comes, quite frankly, from, at that time, and from a place of non-openness, very, very, very judgmental. I mean, that's borderline in the racism world, if you ask me. What's the difference? What is the difference? And I know some people just lost their mind, but meaning, if I judge you because of the color of your skin, I don't even give you the time of day. I'm not even, oh, this is the Asian guy, or he's a black guy. Just don't even give him time of day. What's the difference if it's a male or female? He's a male, dead to me. It comes from judgmental, hate, dark, and closed-mindedness. You can't call yourself an activist, or you can't call yourself a feminist if you have a closed mind. You just can't. Because in the end game, if you're trying to change things, you gotta be open to everyone's conversation. Just because something happened to you, you know how many times something happens to one person and then they blame an entire species for it? I got bit by a snake. Let's kill all the snakes. Snakes gotta go. I got bit by a shark. We need to kill every shark because they're dangerous. They're evil. The fin is creepy going across the water. We gotta kill them. Slice them apart. Make them. I mean, the mentality. But where the danger comes is when these people are on the forefront and they've got a flag and they're leading you into their parade. When it's led by a hateful, dark agenda. And it comes from somewhere maybe they're hurt. They got hurt by mom, dad, somebody. Somebody in their life, somewhere they're hurt. It's not fair. What is not fair? You're in television. You're making millions of dollars. What is not fair? If someone's wiping someone's ass right now, dry heaving, making $11 an hour, charging the family $30 an hour, but because they're from another country and they don't know any better, they're sitting there taking care of an elder. And they had to sneak into here so they can make a living to take care of their child. And you're on television making 10 to 20 to $50 million a year. You're on at that time the biggest show, and you're like, I stand for women. Men suck. What an unhealthy view. You can't label anything. That's no different than joining a political party. So much of that is going on right now. And I got something really cool to watch if you are into feminism. Something beautiful, something powerful. I saw this, and we're going to talk about this one over. I want you to do some homework. It's beautiful homework. You watch this. Even if you're a male, watch this. It's tremendous. I've watched it 3 times. And I think everyone, if you really want to learn about change, and if you're a female, I think this is really good for everyone to see. Super inspiring. I learned so much from this. So you got to be careful who you follow. And I still see this person once in a while saying, you got to vote this way. You got to vote that way. Why? Who are you following? Who are you following? You listening up there, or you listening to this one who's got issues? And it's coming from a dark, mean place. You know, I had another female that I remember someone coming up to me on the show, and they asked, "Hey, Jim, this person wants to know, how married are you?" Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That's when the devil comes like, "Hey, man, I know you like being married and all, and I know, like, she's, your spiritual goddess, and, you're into all that stuff, but, did you ever imagine this one would be interested in you? I bet you didn't think that." No, and I'm not going to lie to you. This was a person that was asking about her marriage. How married are you? And I actually ran into them once or twice after that. So they definitely were closing in. And this was a huge person. I'm not going to lie to you. That's when temptation comes and they go, "Hey, man," I'm not going to lie, when I want to be a star, when I was chasing that TV and I was chasing the vanity and the ego and blah, 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 and I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be able to cover magazines. I'm going to win Oscars. I'm going to win an Emmy. I'm going to make $300 million. I'm going to have 2, 3. I'm going to have 3 jets. When I was in that world or chasing that world, that person that said, "How married are you?" The little forked tongue comes out. I mean, this is a person that has a huge movie career. Huge. And I was like, oh my God, I've always had a crush on that person, and they're actually asking about me. It's like when you go to college, when you're in high school and like maybe you're the nerd, then you go to college and all of a sudden you're like, I didn't know that chick could be into me. If you're a girl, you're like, I didn't know those guys be into me. It's just a whole new world. And, the first thing that comes through is like, oh my God, me and her, we could do movies together. We'd be like Hollywood's golden couple. We would be huge as the Hollywood couple. Oh my God. Forget Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. We would have crushed that. But now the opposite thought of that. How foul that a female is willing to destroy another female's life. Think about that. This huge, powerful star, how married are you? Was willing to destroy another innocent female. Innocent female. She knew nothing about her challenges in life. She knew nothing about what a beautiful soul she was. She knew nothing about the empowerment that this person gives to me and how far we've come, where we started off together, the struggles that we go up and down with. How married are you? Because I know you want to be with me. Willing to destroy another female's life and male's life. And that doesn't just end with the female, my wife. That doesn't end with me. That trickles into the family. That then puts eyes on me like, wow, dude, you just dropped it all just like that. But that's people we invest our emotions, our thoughts to. These are the people that stand there like, make sure you save the planet and make sure you vote for so-and-so. Because women's rights, I've heard this person say, women's rights, but yet they were willing to destroy another female's life. To me, the word feminism is a way to toy with a female's emotions. And I think it's a product that's been manufactured and marketed extremely well. Where did we lose how powerful a mother, a wife, a partner, so powerful, so majestic. You know how when I see a female pregnant, I look at them as a goddess. I truly do, because I know they're giving life, and they're gonna feed another life from their own body. You're feeding them. You're feeding another human. You're nurturing another soul. So be careful what you get caught up in, will you? People still screaming, my body, my choice. Just stop. Stop it. It's deeper. And there's other things to sit back and really, really look at that. I saw a couple of years ago where, we'll save it for the bunker. Some people went, no. So here's what I want you to check out. You really want a beautiful side. There's a dark side of pushing feminism, the word feminism and rights. And then there's a powerful, beautiful side. Jane Goodall. Watch Jane Goodall, the documentary Hope. It's not about chimpanzees. It's about her empowering herself as a female with all the odds behind. Her odds were against the wall. As a female, as everything. She not only went on this journey of just the chimpanzees and doing things the way I want, she brought enemies together. She brought the people that were basically trying to take her down, that didn't understand her. Big level people. That's how you get things done. Man or female. Inspiration. Are you inspiring or are you causing division? When it comes to feminism, are you inspiring or are you causing division? Same thing with males. I'm not picking on females here. The same thing with male ego, testosterone, blah, blah, blah. Empower yourself before you're out there and screaming at everyone else's fault. It's their fault, and I should this, and blah, blah, blah. It's all such I know another activist She's an activist. And I know for a fact when this person became big, because she was sleeping with the CEO of a network. So she used her toolbox to build a show. Hey, and I don't blame her for that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to blame you for that. But don't do that. Because there's no soul connection there. You purposely did it just to have the light shined on you. That doesn't come from a pure intention. And that's the same person out there screaming activism and thisism. And again, we don't need to know the names. Just trust me. And this is the stuff that makes me, it just fascinates me. But I don't know what fascinates me more, the fact that they're put in the forefront to scream all that. Is that well planned, or they just like, I don't get it. So the more and more you hear things, you have to sit and listen. Is this coming from to make you divided or to unite? If you want to unite, trust me. What, Mike, do we have the trailer? Please watch this. Please watch this.
I have the trailer, yes.
Yeah, play this. This is Jane Goodall. Hope. It's called Hope. Hope explains everything. Hope. Watch this. I watched this thing twice. And the first time I saw it in an airplane, I started like, getting the big eyes, like, the tears of swell. I'm like, oh God. Those are the words. She's back. Please just watch this. And this is what I'm trying to get across today. Be careful who you're listening to. Be careful letting your emotions get stirred up. There's people screaming on the street. And if you look at most of them, it's coming from a blind emotion. Feminist. Yeah, I'm a feminist. Women's rights. Yeah, I'm women's rights. It's blind emotion. There's something in there that hasn't healed, and you just want to join the group. I want to join the group. And no one's out there talking. No one's going, well, I think it's just... It comes from it's where it comes from. It's where it comes. Look at it. It looks like a demon being exorcised. What? Come on. Jane Goodall. That's a warrior. That's an activist. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so just be careful who you're following. I might have stirred things up today, but I'm coming from a good place at the end of the day. And don't ask me who the names are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is it. It doesn't matter. What matters is each one, the vision's here, but they go out and pretend there's something else. When at the end of the day, it's not coming from a wholesome place. But people will blindly follow. I want you to watch one other movie. And again, for those of you just struggling in life in general, and there's a lot of wacky things going on. Well, there's a lot of wacky things going on. Watch this movie. I've watched it twice now. And it gets you back into natural order. As we try to figure out, as the demons try to explain to you what a female is and what a boy is and who can have a baby, I will never ever bow down to that. Sorry. Call me old-fashioned, but I go to nature. God's natural order. I don't condemn it. But if you want to get into the natural beauty of life, Why this is here? Because it needs to feed this. Why is this here? Because it needs to feed that. Helps that. And all of it nurtures one thing after another. This is a kooky world we're in. They want to try to tell you men can get pregnant. They want to tell you to cut your body up. They want to tell you to grow boobs. They want to take you to tell you hormones. That's madness. That's madness. You have everything you need. Watch this movie, right? It's called, and Mike will play the trailer for you. It's called The Biggest. Did I screw up here? Where is it? What's it called, Mike? Do you remember?
The biggest little farm.
The Biggest Little Farm. Watch this movie. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little part of my dream too. I always wanted to do this. The Biggest Little Farm is absolutely amazing on so many levels. Just pure life. The beauty of the way this was filmed. This guy basically, they jumped blindly from this apartment in California. They got this dog. I don't want to give it all away. They got this dog, and the dog would bark whenever they were away. The dog was going to be taken out. He films National Geographic stuff and all that. And when they got this dog, he was filming this hoarder place, and most of them had to be euthanized. They took this one dog back, and they loved the dog, but then eventually the dog would bark all day when they weren't home. So the wife always wanted to have a farm, and they blindly just went for it. And their friends thought they were nuts. And all I'm going to say is, wow. Wow. Every problem is resolved. Well, I should say every problem. Problems are resolved naturally. It's beautiful film. Even if you're not in it just for the eye candy, the beauty of life and nature is just spectacular. So there's your two assignments. Jane Goodall, Hope. Watch that documentary. And The Biggest Little Farm. And I'm going to get ready for the Breuniverse. Sorry, the show's already over. But you Patreon members, I'm going to get ready for the concert. I think we'll be okay because I'm going to have someone with the camera and actually filming it. For all of you that have been watching, somebody had to say it. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. And please leave voice messages, JimBreuer.com. I wish you the very best. Safe journeys. The bunker's coming up soon. Next week, we got a killer show for you too, and that will be from Alaska as well. Love and laughter, baby. I may not have said everything I had to say perfectly today, but I can assure you I come from a place that I'm truly trying to help. No division. I know the word feminist riles emotions, but I think it's time that we start finding how we get into humanist. We all work together because they're doing their best for us not to do that. All right? Be safe. All the best to you. Leave messages at JimBreuer.com. New merchandise on the way. Check on JimBreuer.com. Joe Sibbs helping me out big time. He's running, someone I trust, he is running the merch department. So all the best to you. Mikey, have a good one. And thank you for tuning into the Breuniverse. We'll see you next week.
Take a look around and what do you see? Put your date down tonight, we'll make it history.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast, and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse Podcast every single week, and I have bonus footage and bonus segments, and you get to access my last comedy special, Somebody Had to Say It. There's a lot there. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.